I can tell you Deflategate was bull.
Young fella, calm down.
Joe Burrow is going to be the number one pick in this upcoming draft. Is Chicago a playoff team in the NFC?
Hell no.
Marcus Spears says, hell no.
That's pretty daggum solid.
Do you expect the Buccaneers offense with Tom Brady at quarterback to be great?
No.
You out of your damn mind.
It's Tom Brady.
No risky, no bisky, well, no cluey.
There is no reason to think that the Cowboys won't be one of the top 5 teams.
Rex, how fast is Henry Ruggs?
He's pretty fast.
He's not the best analyst in the business for nothing, folks.
I respect Greeny, and I get sad for him when he comes on here and says ridiculous things.
There are 3 potential outcomes in a football game.
No, duh.
If you go for the tie, it's actually better than a loss. And I don't know why these guys can't understand me.
Like most geniuses, I won't be fully appreciated until long after my time.
You're high.
I am Cash Money.
Go to the basketball moves.
Bro, you was tripping.
You know what I'm talking about.
Look at the smoothie.
What the hell is Mike doing?
A very large man is going to smash tiny helmets.
Greeny, you hit the table. You missed the whole thing. You hit the table. Greeny.
Oh. I can watch that all day long.
Yeah, wait. The Eagles still got that tie, and they're still going to win.
Outstanding. There's really nothing to add. That is as good as it gets. I so wanted the Eagles to win the division because of the tie, but we hope that you have enjoyed getting up with us this morning. We cannot express how much we appreciate all the days that you have chosen to do so. And again, we're with you for the next 13 minutes commercial free, and that is when a special Christmas Day edition of First Take will follow us. Stephen A. and Max and Molly will get you ready for all the basketball today. They'll be joined by Doc Rivers and Mark Cuban. It is First Take. They are about 13 minutes away here on ESPN. We're with you commercial free until then. And we will come back to the Chiefs because as of right now, the road through the AFC playoffs go through Arrowhead Stadium. The defending champs actually have a chance to wrap up home field advantage this weekend with a win against the Falcons. And there is every reason to think that the defending champs are headed back. They'll be the 1 seed. They'll have a bye that no one else will have and everything else. But Mike T, you sort of got us all interested when you said there are 2 players in the AFC that you could see knocking Kansas City out of the playoffs. Who are they?
Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. In a 1-game season, each one of those players can completely take the game over. Look at Lamar Jackson the other night when he goes against Cleveland, comes out of the locker room, 4th and 5, hits Hollywood Brown, game over essentially. A couple of things happen along the way, but he can make plays that nobody else can. You can defend him, but all these off-schedule plays, he can just take the game over all by himself. And when you look at Derrick Henry, it goes back to those great Jet teams that we had, what Rex Ryan used to say, Greeny, which is they know we're going to run it, we know we're going to run it, and they still can't stop us. And I think that's what's going to keep Steve Spagnuolo up at night, the defense coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs, which is Derrick Henry controlling the line of scrimmage, time of possession, and limiting Patrick Mahomes maybe to 5 or 6 possessions. So Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, those are the 2 players that could send Kansas City home.
Right now, the Titans still battling to try and win that AFC South. The Ravens, as we speak, are actually on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. They will need some help to get there. Bart, which one of those are you buying more than the other? If you're Kansas City, you're more worried about Lamar or you're more worried about King Henry?
I'm more worried about King Henry because I think he opens the passing game. But I think sometimes we forget that when you think about Derrick Henry and his dominance, he's getting stronger as everybody else is getting weaker. This is a battle of attrition. And when the weather gets cold and those shoulder pads stiffen up, guys are making business decisions. He's a guy that really wears you down in the 3rd and 4th quarter. Lamar Jackson doesn't get stronger as the game goes on. And listen, I think we have to put an asterisk about Lamar Jackson and his return and how great he's been. He's basically had 3 homecoming games or 2 homecoming games going against Jacksonville or going against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I appreciate what he was able to do against Cleveland, but that's big brother smacking up on little brother. When you think about what the Titans have, maybe returning to the scene of the crime, remember he has 2,000-yard receivers. AJ Davis and Brown is going to be 1,000-yard receivers. So I think that is a different level of dimension that maybe Lamar Jackson can't add.
Wow, I tell you what, the folks in Baltimore are so upset they just messed with your camera because you are the former Raven, and here you are questioning the greatness of Lamar. So I just want to make sure in the 1 minute that I have left for this, you're not totally buying in on Lamar, big picture, long term, everything else, all kit and caboodle in Baltimore.
Well, I think they just have to go out and get him a number 1 receiver. And I think, there's going to be a lot of people out there that they can sign. maybe they can get Allen Robinson. Maybe they can go out and get Godwin. Maybe they can go out and address that position. But until you do that, and Hollywood Brown and Dez Bryant with an old Achilles is your number one or number two, the guy you're going to, you're not going to win many games, especially when you talk about going on a 3-game winning streak to get to the Super Bowl.
All right, there do seem to be some question marks there. Again, the Ravens, they have to win out, and they still need a little help to beat out Miami for the final playoff spot in the AFC, while the Titans are battling it down the stretch these last 2 weeks against Indy to try and win the AFC South. Next order of business, and seems very appropriate on this Christmas Day, a feature that we are calling O Tannenbaum, as you are going to give us, our former general manager here, Mike Tannenbaum, your biggest quarterback carousel move that we will see during this offseason. O Tannenbaum, the floor is yours.
Carson Wentz is going to leave the Philadelphia Eagles after the season, and he's going to go to none other than the New England Patriots. And what a gift that's going to be for the New England Patriots. Greeny, he's going to be 28 years old next season. And when you think about what he's done, he's been a starter since 2016. He's thrown 33 touchdowns in a single season. And if he's healthy and he's confident, Bill Belichick may have his quarterback for the next 10 years. It didn't work out with Cam Newton, a move that I liked. It just didn't work out. But boy, what a gift that could be. Carson Wentz to the Patriots, rejuvenated, healthy, look out. They could get back to the AFC East real quick.
Well, it's fascinating in so many ways. And to make it clear, earlier in this program, you broke down a way that they could actually make that work with the money. It would involve Carson Wentz giving money back to the Eagles and then that being made whole on the other side of that by New England. Let's just live in a world where financially they can make that work. You worked with Bill Belichick for a long time. You've been known to sauna with the man. You're telling us that Carson Wentz is the quarterback that he would like. The skill set that Carson Wentz has is what Belichick would want.
Greedy, if you study Coach Belichick over the last 25 years, he wants big, physical, strong, smart quarterbacks. Carson Wentz, when healthy, when confident, checks those boxes. The offense could look really similar to what they did with Tom Brady because he's a full-field quarterback. He has really good arm strength. Again, it's about getting his confidence back, and that's what he lost in Philadelphia, and nobody could build that up better than Coach Belichick. They got to solidify the offensive line. But boy, I think that would be a great match for both Carson Wentz and the Patriots. That would be a fascinating way for this thing to play out. Bart Scott, you're shaking your head. You're not buying it?
If I'm Carson Wentz, why would I want to go there with a project where I have to rebuild an offensive line and have a lot of question marks at receiver when I can go have a reunion with the guy who I played the best with, and Frank Wright? You think about how many times this guy's been hit. 50 sacks this year. You look at Phillip Rivers in Indianapolis, he's been sacked 14 times. So you put Carson Wentz, a mobile quarterback, inside of that, behind that great offensive line, you have an opportunity for him to get back to that MVP level. They have a young running back. They have young weapons on the outside. And I think him going back to a comfortable and familiar offense will allow him to make a smooth transition. And when you think about that the Colts already have $40 million invested in their quarterback position, they'll actually be saving money with Carson Wentz coming at $38 million underneath the 40 they're spending between Jacoby Brissett and between Phillip Rivers.
It's a very interesting thought, actually. It should be reminded that it's really never been the same for Carson Wentz since Frank Reich left Philadelphia. He's now the head coach in Indy. We'll keep a close eye on all of that. Meanwhile, on this Christmas morning, I know what you're wondering. You're wondering, Greeny, who's going to win all the NFL games this weekend? Well, the good news is this. I've picked them for you. Greeny's picks are brought to you by DraftKings, and they're coming your way in 3, 2,